Now coming to Pega, right? Yeah. First of all, Pega means it's not an abbreviation; it's a synonym. That too, it's the name of an organization called Pega System. Pega Systems. Just like TCS and IBM, Pega is nothing but the name of an organization called Pega Systems, and which is invented by the author called Alan Toffler. Alan Toffler. Okay. So Alan Toffler is the founder for this Pega PRTC tool, and which is invented in the era of 1983. Okay. Which is invented in the era of 1983. So this is some formal introduction about Pega. Now coming to the technology. Yeah. First of all, Pega is not a language, just like Java. It's not a language or not a database. So Pega is a tool. So whenever we are saying it's a tool, then right, then normally people will think it's a testing tool or any third-party tool. So here, Pega is not a third-party tool or any testing tool. It's a pure development tool. Pega is a pure development tool. That means by using this Pega PRTC tool, we are developing the application. Okay, just like Java. By using Java, we can develop the applications, right? The same applications can be developed with Pega as well. Okay, and what is the name of our tool then? PRTC. Okay, so PRTC is the tool name, where Pega is the organization name. So PRTC means Pega Rules Process Commander. Okay, so PRTC in the sense of Pega Rules Process Commander. Okay, so in case of Pega, everything is a rule. Okay, in Pega, everything is a rule. Everything in the sense like creating a property or sending an email to the customer or integration. Integration in the sense connecting with the external systems to get the data. Or else, if you want to send the data from Pega to the external systems, the same thing can be happen through integration. So here, everything we are treating everything is like a rule in Pega. Whereas if you take Java or SAP, so we are treating everything is like an object, right? In case of Java or SAP, we are treating everything is like an object. In the same manner, in Pega, we are treating everything is like a rule. Okay. So as I said, it's a pure development tool. So by using this Pega PRTC tool, we can develop the applications. What kind of applications? Web applications. Web application. Web application means obviously these applications run with the internet, right? Without internet, we can't access these web applications. For example, Paytm. So Paytm is also one of the Pega application. Okay, Paytm is also developed through Pega only. Okay, without internet, we can't access Paytm, right? So Paytm and all the remaining web applications can be built with Pega. Okay, and so whenever we are saying it's a tool, then obviously we need to mention the version as well, right? So here initially Pega was started on 3.x version. Okay, Pega was started on 3.x, but now in the market we are using 8.2. So 8.2 is the recent version. Okay, 8.2 is the current version that we are following in the market, whereas 3.x is the starting version of Pega. Okay, so this is about version, and then so the important thing is what is the category of this tool? For example, SAP and Salesforce belongs to CRM category, right? At the same way, Pega belongs to the BPM category. Okay. Pega is a BPM tool. BPM. BPM means business process management. Okay. BPM means business process management. So the category of this tool is a BPM category. BPM means business process management. So what is a BPM? Next question is, what is a BPM? So BPM means, as I said, a business process management. So nowadays, every successful business contains some end-to-end process, right? Every successful business contains some end-to-end process. Those process-oriented applications will come under a BPM category. Those process-oriented applications will come under BPM category, and by using Pega PRPC, we can develop those BPM applications. By using Pega PRPC, we can develop those BPM applications. For example, I will explain with an example. Yeah, as a customer, I want to apply a personal loan. Okay, for example, I want to apply personal loan from a bank, right? Here, issuing a personal loan to the customer is also one kind of business, right? But because in the background, the bank will get some profit in the form of transactions done by the customer. Transaction means EMI. Okay, so here the bank will get some profit, right? Some interest amount. So obviously, it's a business. So what is the process to apply a personal loan? First of all, we will make a call to the agent, right? Agent or customer care, anything. Then they will respond to our call, and then we will inquire about personal loan. Okay, we will inquire about inquire in the sense here as a customer, I want to know the interest rate and the maximum loan amount that I can able to get from the bank, and I will capture those details from the bank. Now I can submit my documents. Okay, after that I can submit my documents, and then they can do the verification from their end based on the verification. Okay, based on the verification status, so they can either approve or reject. Okay, either they can approve or reject your loan, right? So if you follow this entire process, then obviously you will get a loan amount, right? So this process contains some end-to-end process. What the process here? Applying a personal loan. So here applying the personal loan contains some steps, right? Steps in the sense of some phases. In each phases, we are applying something. For example, in the first page, we are calling to the customer. In the second page, we are asking some primary information from the bank. At the same time, in the third page, we are submitting the documents from our end. Obviously, in the fourth stage, right? In the fourth stage, they are doing the verification, background verification. So every bank contains their own third-party teams, right? So they will go for the verification. Obviously, based on the verification status, here the manager can decide either to approve or reject your loan. So it's a loan process, nothing but it's a business process, and this business contains some end-to-end process, right? So these end-to-end process will come under BPM category. So by using Pega, we can develop these applications, these kind of applications. Okay, so that is about BPM, and so the next question is why Pega? Okay, so this is nothing but about Pega, right? So the next question is like why Pega? Or what are the remaining BPM tools that are available in the market apart from Pega? What are all the remaining BPM tools that are available in market? Okay, so why we go for Pega? To the next question. And yeah, so here apart from Pega, we have many BPM tools like Appian, and then IBM BPM. Okay, Oracle BPM. And then we have so TIBCO is the very oldest BPM tool. And we have IBM Lambda. Okay, so here we have these many BPM tools in the market, but most of the clients, I'm talking about the clients, most of in the sense 90%. 90% of the clients are showing their interest on Pega. Okay, so even though if you have these many BPM tools in the market, most of the clients are showing their interest on Pega. So what are all the major reasons for this 90%? Or else what are all the differences between Pega and the remaining BPM tools? Okay, I will explain now. And one more important point is like yeah, APN, IBM BPM, and IBM Lombard. So are the internal BPM tools of IBM company, IBM own products. But even IBM is also using Pega frequently because of client domination. So because of client interest, here the development center don't have any charge to pick the BPM tool. Okay. So as I said, these three are the internal BPM tools of Pega, sorry, IBM company. So but IBM don't have any charge to select that BPM tool to implement the applications, because here directly client is expressing their interest on Pega. So what are the reasons for this interest? I will explain now. The very first one is 0% coding. Okay. In case of Pega, 0% Pega supports 0% coding feature and 100% automation. 100% automation, code automation. Whereas in the remaining BPM tools, we have to enter at least 30% coding, 30% coding and 70% automation. There we have 70% automation. Okay. So in case of Pega, we have 0% coding and 100% automation. Whereas in the remaining BPM tools, at least we have to enter 30% coding in the application and 70% automation. So because of this point or because of this feature, we have two advantages. One is one of the very first advantage is like whenever there is no coding in the application, right? Obviously, the guys from like the guys from MBA and BPharmacy background are also successfully working on Pega. Now, the guys from MBA and BPharmacy background are also successfully working on Pega. First of all, these guys are not techie guys, right? These are all function guys. Those are all functional guys. But here Pega, so Pega is a code independent BPM tool. As I said, it's a code independent BPM tool. So that is the reason even they are also surviving very successfully on Pega. So that is one advantage. So that means it's a developer friendly BPM tool. Pega is a developer friendly BPM tool. And the second point is user friendly. User friendly in the sense, yeah, obviously whenever there is no coding in the application, then there is no scope for the errors, right? So whenever there is no errors in the application, then obviously the performance of the application is very high. Okay, whenever there is no coding in the application, then there is no chance to get the errors in the application. So obviously whenever there is no errors in the application, then the performance is very high. Performance in the sense, the responsiveness, the response time of the application. Okay, so here we have two advantages because of this 0% coding. And yeah, in the other BPM tools, right, as I said, we have to enter 30% coding. Obviously whenever there is a coding, then we will get a chance to fix the bugs. So obviously whenever the number of bugs increases in the future, then the performance of the application will get down. So that is the disadvantage in the other BPM tools. And the second point is build for change. Build for change. So technically we are calling this feature as delegation. Technically we are calling the same feature as delegation. So what is a build for change? First of all, build for change is the default caption for this Pega PRPC tool. Okay, build for change is the default caption for this Pega PRPC tool. And as I said, technically we are calling this feature as delegation. So first of all, what is a delegation? I will explain with an example. Yeah, as I said, the 90%, right? Because of this reason, that 90%, right? 90% clients are expressing their interest because of this reason only. I will explain with an example. For example, I have developed one ticket booking application for an account in the sense client. for a client for 10%. So ticket booking application in APM. APM means another BPM tool. Okay. So here the client will get the business, right, through tickets, obviously. Okay, based on the ticket cost, here the client will get the profit. So here the ticket cost will be decided like this, based on the from 1 to. Based on from 1 to, the ticket cost will be decided, right? Ticket cost. For example, from is Hyderabad and 2 is Bangalore, and the ticket cost is 1500. And from is Chennai, 2 is Delhi, like 2500. Okay. So this is the business table, right? This is the business table. So based on the selection, based on the city selection, here the ticket cost will be decided. Now in this table, ticket cost is not a constant field, right? So here from both from and to are constant fields, whereas the ticket cost is not a constant field. Why? Because it will vary based on the situation. Situation means either it's a weekend or a month end based on the festival, right? So here the ticket cost will vary frequently. So whenever we have to change this ticket cost, then obviously here the client should make a request to the development center. Development center in the sense, for example, I have developed this application in TCS. Okay, by using this API BPM tool, so we have developed this application in TCS. Okay, so obviously here the client will make a request to the development center. Development center means TCS. So here the developers will accept that request and then they will do the code change accordingly. Okay, here the development center will accept that request. That is supporting guys, right? So they can accept that request and then they will do the code change. Obviously in IT industry, right, after the code change we have to perform the testing. Okay, testing. Now from testing the code will move to the pre-prod. Pre-prod in the sense pre-production. From the pre-prod it will go to the prod. Prod means live environment. Okay, prod means production. Okay, prod in the sense live environment. Okay, so here obviously after code change we have to test the same code change in 3 different environments. So in testing as well as in production, obviously in pre-production, right? Now the whole process will take at least 2 to 3 business days. 2 to 3 business days. Okay, the whole process will take at least minimum 2 to 3 working days. That means here the client should make a request before 3 days, right? Then only they can able to fix that code change. Okay, here we have a disadvantage. For example, disadvantage in the sense, yeah, all of a sudden I want to change the ticket cost. All of a sudden I want to change the ticket cost, but in the other BPM tools we don't have that option. So obviously it will take at least minimum 2 to 3 business days. Whereas in Pega, right, in Pega we have a solution. Okay, so in order to overcome this drawback, Pega has given the solution in the form of delegation. Here by using this delegation concept, we are delegating this business table to the end users. Okay, directly we are delegating this business table to the end users so that they can log in into their portal and then they can update the ticket cost accordingly. Okay, they can update the ticket cost accordingly. Now this process will take just 10 to 15 minutes, right? Obviously, in order to reflect the new prices, it will take just only 10 to 15 minutes because in case of delegation, right, no need to contact the development team and no need to perform the testing as well, no need to perform pre-production and no need to perform prod. So here directly they can able to log into their portal in the production environment. Okay, they can do the code change. Even end users also doing the code change without knowing Pega. Without knowing Pega, they can also do the code change by using a delegation concept. So here Pega will support this delegation, whereas in the remaining BPM tools, we don't have this option. So because of this feature, most of the clients are expressing their interest on Pega. Why? Because nowadays business means not money, right? Business means what? Time. Business means time, not money. So obviously we have to reduce the valuable time of the customer or consumer, whoever it may be. Okay. So as a web application, we have to reduce the valuable effort of the customer time, right? So here Pega supports that feature. So because of this feature, Pega got highlighted in the market delegation. And third point is that means the third difference, situational layer cake mechanism. Situational layer cake mechanism. And again, technically, we are calling this feature as the framework. Okay, technically, we are calling this feature as framework. Okay. So, what is a framework? Framework means what? Framework means again it's an application. Framework means it's an application. So, what is the use of framework? By using a framework, we can reuse the coding part. Okay. Okay. What is the advantage of a framework? By using framework, we can reuse the coding part. So that means for a reusability purpose, we can use the framework. So here Pega supports this framework concept. Okay. So I will explain again with an example. For example, right now I'm working in Wipro. Okay. For the client called HDFC. Okay. For this banking account, we have to develop some internet banking application in Pega. Okay, internet banking application in Pega. Again, it's a web application, right? Without internet, we can't access the internet banking application. So Pega supports web applications already, as you said. So, yeah, for example, it took 6 months to deliver. Okay, it took 6 months to deliver this application to the client. Okay, so here while developing this application, for example, if I develop this application on any framework, okay, for example, I developed this application on a framework. Now, for the same company, I got one more account, one more client called ICICI. So for this ICICI, again, we have to develop the same internet banking. Okay. So here observe one thing. Both are belongs to the same domain, right? Both are belongs to the same portfolio. Portfolio means domain. Both are belongs to the banking domain. So mostly the process is common in both HDFC and ICICI. The only difference is like their logos are different and their interest rates are different, and their branches maybe. Okay. Apart from that, everything is common in both the applications, right? Everything is common in both HDFC and ICICI. For example, if you want to apply any personal loan, applying a personal loan is common in both HDFC and ICICI. Even applying a credit card, is also common, right? Because both are belongs to the same domain. Now, so here what I'm saying is like, yeah, I developed the first application by using a framework, right? Now, by using that framework, I can reuse the entire coding. By using that framework, as I said, a framework is nothing but again it's application. So by using that framework, I can reuse the entire coding part from this application to this application. Okay, I can reuse the entire coding part from this application to this application. That means no need to start from the scratch. For the second application, no need to start from the scratch. So obviously, it will take just 2 months to deliver. For example, I'm saying, okay. So it will take just only 2 months, right? Because no need to include all the rules, because I created all the rules in the first application. So I can reuse those rules to the second application, and then I can do the save as. By using save as, I can ready the second application. Now the second application will take only 2 months. That means by using this framework concept or by using Pega, we can also reduce the delivery time of the product. Product nothing but application. Okay, delivery time of the product to the client. Okay, now. And fourth difference is security. Okay, security. So Pega supports very high level security when compared to the remaining BPM tools. Okay, when compared to the remaining BPM tools, so here Pega will support very high level security. Okay, so obviously client will give the preference to the security only, right? our client will give the preference to the security. So Pega will support very high level security when compared to the remaining BPM tools. So these are all the main differences between Pega and remaining BPM tools. Now, yeah, coming to the class structure, right? Coming to the class structure, the entire course will take 45 days. Okay, coming to the course structure, the whole course will take 45 days. Okay, so in the first 30 days, I will explain on POC. POC means proof of concept. Okay. Proof of concept. Proof of concept, nothing but yeah. Before getting the original project, right? We have to submit some dummy application to the client. So based on your POC only, they can approve the original application. Okay, they can approve the original product. So that is nothing but a proof of concept. So I will explain on proof of concept in first 30 days, so that this POC will cover all the rules in Pega. Okay, this POC will cover all the rules. I'm talking about rules, right? So we'll explain each and every rule in Pega, so that yeah. So in the next 15 days, I will explain the real-time project. Real-time project with scenarios. With scenarios. Okay. Real-time project with scenarios. So this is about our course structure. Now, what are the added advantages? I will explain. Apart from Pega, okay. Apart from Pega, what are all the added advantages that you will get from my side? Okay. So here the first thing is you are keeping some experience in resume, right? So obviously you have to manage so many things in the real time. So I will explain the real time. So real time means what? Okay, real time means what? Methodology. Agile Scrum methodology. I will explain about agile methodology. Okay, agile process, and then yeah, how we will get the work in the real time, and what are the third-party tools that we are using in the real time to get the work, like Jira or Version 1 or Rally. So based on your client, they can decide the third-party tool. So by using that third-party tool only, we can able to get the work in the real time. Okay, and then what are the roles and responsibilities that we need to maintain in the real time. Roles and responsibilities in the sense, not only your roles and responsibilities, you have to know about the Scrum Master roles and responsibilities, as well as BA. BA means business analyst role. Okay, business analyst. So what are the roles for business analyst? I will explain each and everything in a detail, right? And then team structure, okay, team size, and yeah. So how to decide the how to decide, like yeah, you have to know some real-time terminologies, like for example, I will explain. Account means client, and portfolio means domain, and user story. User story is nothing but requirement or task. So similarly, we have nearly 15 terminologies are there. I will explain each and every terminology, so that you can manage the real-time experience. Okay, real-time experience in the ODC. Okay, ODC or onshore thing, whatever it may be. Okay, so you can manage your experience. So knowing only Pega is not sufficient. So you have to know about the real-time process as well. Then only they will accept your presence in the interview or in the company. Okay, whatever it may be. I will explain each and everything. Now coming to the course, right? Coming to the technical parts. Uh, I will explain each and every rule, as I said, in a deep way. Deep way in the sense, for example, integration. Integration means what? Connecting with the external system. So I will show you the Oracle integration, how to connect with Oracle from Pega. And we have these web services, like SOAP and REST. I will configure each and every web services in Pega, and with exception handling. With exception handling, I will explain each and everything from the integration perspective. Similar, not only integration, will cover agents, listeners. Those are all the very, very high level rules in Pega. Okay, no one will explain the outside. Outside means in the other institutes, no one will explain about these rules. They will speak, right? Obviously, they will hide these rules. Rules in the sense integrations, agents, listeners. So I will explain those rules as well. And along with Pega, right, we'll explain something about HTML and CSS and Oracle. I will explain about queries and store procedures, how to write store procedures and queries in Pega. We'll explain each and everything. Not only Pega, we'll explain these technologies as well at the end, so that they will get some huge amount of knowledge on Pega. So obviously, the main motto of this course is two things. The very first thing is you will clear your interview your own way. Okay, you can clear interview your own interview. And the second thing is you can manage your work in the real time. Okay, after this course, obviously you can manage you will manage your work in the real time. So these are all the two advantages from this course. Okay. And